All right, it's morning. It's April 30th, 2022, and it's not windy. I got my quick list here today. This is just if I can get it to show on camera here. It's just a list of things I may need from Home Depot, but I got to go there and measure things, all the layers of the floor before I purchase this stuff. This morning, I'm gonna go ahead and fix up what the wind did yesterday, and we can get the day started. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, so the research I was doing yesterday on how the floors should be in here for both the YouTube studio and the paydirt room. I don't want to go, well, first of all, if I'm going to do a floor here in the paydirt room, the floor has to be, all layers can't exceed 1.5 inches, because that is where the door opens. That's a 1.5 inch gap right there. And I don't want to have a problem where the floor is higher than the door. So that's what I have this list for. I want to get some of that underlayment. You can just lay the underlayment down, and then you can put your plywood directly on top of it. Now, if I get thinner plywood, like 1/2 inch OSB, we could still put vinyl flooring on top of that. So I'm thinking vinyl flooring and then just putting rugs down instead of carpeting. That way the rugs can be taken out and cleaned out, and we can mop in there and stuff. We could still epoxy the floor, and we'll still be good with that. I want to trim this all out and make it nice wood there, because I mean, look how nice this would look. It's like right now we have ugly concrete, right? But you get nice wood trim on there, it would look really nice, right? So that's kind of what's in my head right now. I need some more pressure treat to frame this out, leave gaps for the doors. We can ram set those down in, and we could start on our floors and framing. So in order to separate those rooms from the wood shop, there's gonna be a giant shelf that goes up. There's gonna be a doorway that goes into the paydirt room and a door that goes into the YouTube studio. And those shelves are gonna have French cleats pretty much all along it. At least that's what I'm envisioning right now. And that is where I'm gonna be able to, make custom hangers for every one of these tools. All these ugly boxes and stuff on the floor are gonna be gone, thankfully. Everything will have a place. Even those tubes of caulking, I can make us, like a box with PVC pipes in it, hang it up on the French cleat wall and put in all my caulking. Everything will have a spot. Drill bits, sandpaper, everything. It's just, this is driving me crazy having stuff everywhere, but I understand it's temporary, and that's kind of why I'm sort of in a hurry to get these shelves up. There's gonna be shelves all over the place, all along the walls, this entire wall. Basically this whole, underneath where the garage bracket is, that entire area right there is gonna be all shelving. There's gonna be guitar neck blanks and top woods. Up along here, big shelves for more billets of exotic woods. That partition shelf, it is just gonna be full of French cleats where I can custom hang everything else. All right, let's go to Home Depot. All right, so I was at Home Depot for a good hour trying to, I was looking at all the different options they had for flooring, and I decided to go with an underlayment. We're gonna put OSB plywood down on top of the underlayment, and then we're gonna do some vinyl, what is this stuff called? Laminate flooring. Ghost Ship maple color. So it's kind of the same color as the concrete, so it won't be like a giant difference as far as that. But what the OSB plywood, the underlayment, and that flooring are gonna do, it's gonna make it like a room. It's not gonna be like a garage in there. So that's gonna help. And then once the floor's down, then I can think about putting like a cart, just like an area rug or something down to kind of dampen the sound even more. And of course, we're gonna get acoustic panels in on the ceiling everywhere in the entire shop, but that's another project. So first thing we got to do is make sure that our well, I guess we're gonna lay out our pressure treat, and then I'm gonna make sure that that area where the floor is gonna go is level. And if it's not, we're gonna shim to make it level. All right, I have the floor laid out how I think we want it. So obviously that's gonna be the pay dirt room. We're gonna have a shelf, probably 40 inches up, so it's a standing height shelf, going all the way over to probably the window. On this side, we're gonna have a sitting built-in desk, so we can do orders and all that stuff could be done right here. On this side, directly on this side, is gonna be all the packing materials, so we can go directly from constructing the pay dirt bags. Probably here underneath the bench is gonna be the completed bags. This is where we're gonna have all of our packing materials. We're gonna vertically integrate it, so it's gonna be shelves going all the way up so we can store, you know, the bigger, like the bubble wrap stuff up here and the boxes and all that stuff. This will be a door, obviously. And over here, this is gonna be the area where we keep like the river concentrates right here, the placer concentrates. So these buckets, this is all gemstones and stuff. That's all gonna be integrated in this standing work area. Underneath is gonna be all shelving, so we can have our different gemstones under there. This corner of the YouTube studio is very likely gonna be the new panning station. So this corner is gonna be reserved for that. I can set up the studio lights and everything perfectly. Yeah, that'll be fine. It's big enough. It's a very small table. The panning station table right here. This thing is, obviously it's been used, but it's great because it has like this, it warped a cup into it like this. So when I pan on it, the water drains off a certain way. It actually drains off this side. And then I just put a bucket here so it catches the water as it drips. So I can get as sloppy as I want to get over here. And next thing we got to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to nail those down. I do have some tap cons here, but I don't think we're going to use tap cons for this. We're going to do something else. So here I have a ram set. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but I purchased it for this exact reason. We have 2.5 inch ram set nails. We have our trigger shot, ram set trigger shot. And this is basically a 22 caliber cartridge. It takes a 22 caliber cartridge. You smack this with a hammer, or actually this one here, I think you just, oh, it has a trigger. It's a trigger activated one. So you just pull the trigger and it shoots a nail straight into the concrete through the wood. So that'll be fun. All right, so this is the ram set. These are the nails we'll be using. These are 2.5 inch. So that is, it's gonna sink into the concrete about 1 inch. So that's perfect for what we need. Power level 4. So these are good for 2.5 inches. We have some liquid nails because we're gonna use this to help secure the pressure treat to the concrete. Safety glasses, ear protection, because this thing is loud. So we'll unbox this thing and then we'll start firing them into the ground. All right, so we just open it like this. We put our nail flush all the way in like that. We add one of the 22 cartridges, just like loading a gun. Just like that. Close it nice and slow. Put my ear protection in first. And we're just gonna put 2 nails in each one just to hold it in place. And I'm gonna make sure that they're not where the studs are gonna go up for the walls. So I'll probably put one here and here. Awesome. Smells pretty good in here now. Cool. All right, let's finish these up and we'll be good to go. It smells awesome in here now. So I actually put 5 in this one because I wanted to make sure that it was all the way down. This one here, I've got 3 in it. Actually put 5 in this one because the reason being, this expansion joint goes crooked and kind of runs right underneath this one. So I wanted to make sure that this was going in the concrete and not the expansion joint. And the reason it's doing that is, you can see, it's not that I'm crooked, the room itself is crooked. And I wanted to be 108 inches from that wall over to the outside of this. So if you measure it from that wall to the outside, it's 108 inches. So my measurements are right. The expansion joints are crooked, but the good thing is, once the floor's in over here, all that's gonna be gone. The only thing you're gonna be able to see is this expansion joint going from here to the doorway and then under this one, then it disappears. So not too bad. All right, so we have our plywood, our OSB down. We have our underlayment underneath it. So we have a vapor barrier underneath. So basically what that underlayment does, it raises a plastic sheet basically up off the ground. So if any moisture accumulates underneath, when I walk on it, it's gonna move air and moisture around and not form mold and mildew under there. It'll actually come out around the edges. So now, this is still loose, right? So now I gotta pin it down, and how I'm gonna do that is with these Tapcons. These are special screws. They're for concrete, attaching wood to concrete. I could have used that for these, but the ram set gun was a lot more fun. We can't use the ram set for this because the ram set, you can see, it doesn't countersink. These have to be countersunk. So we're gonna drill first. We're basically gonna use every single one of these. We're gonna make sure that this thing is pinned down everywhere, and we're gonna use the drill bit first to pre-drill, and then we're gonna use the special bit to drive them home. All right, well, I went ahead and I rented a Makita SDS. So this thing, I mean, if I was gonna use that hammer drill, yeah, it works, but I'd still be like on the second row. I went to Home Depot, rented that thing, broke a bit, went back to Home Depot, got another bit, came back, and I finished everything up within an hour. I got to take that back to Home Depot because I'm just renting it. Yeah, Makita, pretty good stuff right there. I have a Makita planer. This is the second one I had. The first one got stolen, and I had to get another one. So this is just a small little, I think it's a 10-inch, 12-inch planer. But I've had the original one, the first one I had it for like 20 years. And then I got another one because they're so great. So yeah, we're done here. Right now, she is going to Chick-fil-A. She's gonna get some food. And by the time she gets back, which should be soon, I gotta return that to Home Depot. And then she wants to go to the nursery to get some fruit trees. We're gonna try planting some fruit trees out there. So yeah, that worked out pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed today. If you did, you know what to do, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.